Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. I'm the old school GameStop, and I am playing Elden Ring just like the rest of the entire world. I am not a Dark Souls fan or player, so this is new for me. And this little video is going to be a tips video for anybody else who is perhaps not terribly familiar with the Dark Souls style gameplay. Basically the things that I didn't know that are pretty helpful to know. Super simple things that you may find a little bit too noobish. Excuse me, I got some killing to do. This game is fun, I gotta say. Initially, I was a little bit turned off by the kind of weird movement, right? Like, whoa, there's like no momentum. I just go this way, that way, right? But there is a lot of interesting mechanics to this game. In some ways, it's the controller is kind of needlessly difficult, right? It's kind of needlessly janky, I guess is the word, but I guess this is kind of a game that's designed for console, that was ported to PC, and so some of the finities of movement aren't really there. That being said, that's kind of the way the game is designed in order to create a unique sort of combat system, which I'm still learning much about. Here's the first tip in this little video. How to two-hand your weapon. Basically, it seems like you can two-hand pretty much any weapon in the game, and the way to do that, tip number one, here we go. Tip number one is hold down your use button. Now I've rebound my keys, so I don't know which one it is. This is like your use button. What you use to pick up everything on the ground. Hold down your use button and left click. That will make your one-handed weapon a two-handed weapon. Now I'm pretty sure this increases your damage, I think by like 50% or something like that. You can also now parry with your now two-handed weapon. It's not a two-handed weapon, it's a single-handed weapon held with two hands, whatever the case may be. It might be a two-handed weapon that you can hold with one or two hands. It doesn't really matter. There's quite a few interesting combinations you can do with this game. So in addition to now having more attack damage, you can also parry with your weapon. Okay, tip number two is target locking. There is a bound key to lock onto your target, which basically keeps your targets in view. You can cycle through those, and basically now you can backpedal, right? Initially, when you try to run backwards, it just kind of runs whichever direction you're arrowing, right? But when you are locked onto something, now you can backpedal, right? So that can be helpful in sort of controlling the combat environment, right? Right, so you can just kind of keep locking onto different targets, control your combat environment. I'm not great at this, as you can probably see. Anyway, let's see if we survive this. Okay, alright, still alive. Another thing that I didn't notice until later is that when you defeat enemies, you actually refill your flasks. You refill your healing flasks, which I'll show you how to use in just a second as the next noob tip. Okay, so healing flasks. Basically, what you can do is you shuffle on into your inventory, just press escape on your keyboard. If you're using console, I don't know. And then what you've got here is your pouch. Your pouch is basically your hotkey area, right? And what you can do is right-click and switch this to something else, something that you want a hotkey, for example, Flask of Crimson Tears, and that'll pop that into your hotkey area in order to use one of your pouch items. And again, there's just so many interface things which are not immediately clear in this game, and that's what this video is kind of about, kind of for noobs, right? Like myself. Basically, you hold down your use key, and then you can toggle one of your pouch options, right? So I've got here, it's the same button which switches my primary weapon, same button which switches my secondary weapon. When I hold down my use key and I hit my primary weapon switch, that now drinks my potion, or it does one of the other hotkey options there. And again, I rebound my hotkeys, so I don't know the default keys, because what I do is I rebound keys. I don't like default ASDF stuff. But yeah, you guys can figure that out. Okay, monsters will chase you quite a long ways. It can be kind of tricky to get away from them, right? But actually one of the easiest ways to break a monster pursuit is you get a little ways away and then you just hit stealth, especially in long grass. If you're in long grass, you're very good at hiding. Monsters will lose your trail quite quickly, quite easily. As you can see, I'm hardly any distance away at this point, and they're already breaking off pursuit. One's kind of just roaming randomly in my direction, but if I kind of stealth away, he's going to have a very difficult time reacquiring me. You can kind of almost stealth in plain sight a lot of the time, and monsters will very quickly and easily lose your trail. So instead of running away and just running, just run a little ways away, hit stealth, and you should be able to get a little bit of breathing room. Okay, next off, I discovered this one quite by accident. It's the double chug potion flask. Alright, initially if I drink a potion, as you know, it takes a bit of time, you're vulnerable to attacks, but you can actually double chug a potion and get twice as much healing for not much more time spent. Let me show you how that works. Basically, you hit your potion key, hit it again, and as you can see there, it kind of happened quickly, but I double chugged my potion, and it took just a tiny bit longer than it would normally take to drink it once, wait for the heal, drink it again, wait for the heal again, so you can double chug your potions if you need to get more health back quicker. It's not the most efficient way to get health in terms of, you know, preserving your potions, but it is the fastest way to get yourself back up to full health in terms of potion chugging. Okay, another little tip is actually leaping off your mount. Leaping off your mount is the stealth key. Seems like a strange key to leap off your mount, but you can do leap attacks just by hitting down your stealth key. Alright. Okay, next up we have parrying. Now, in order to parry, you need an item which has a parry attribute. So let's take a look at my shield here really quick, if we can find it. There we go. So this shield, as you can see, has the parry attribute right up here. This one does not. This one actually does. So if you have a parry item, then you can actually perform a parry, which is sort of a block and counter attack that can also put your opponent into an exposed position. Basically, you have to time it right. You have to hit your parry exactly in the right set of frames, right as your opponent is about to basically strike you. And if you get the timing just right, I don't know if I'll do this, I'm not too good at this yet, but if you get the timing just right, Alright, parry timing, here we go. Let's try this. Come on, buddy. Make your move. Oh, too soon. Oh, too late. Block is different than parry. Block is block, parry is parry. Oops, that's not good. There we go, take one of those. Not quite. There we go, that's a parry. And as you can see, that blocks and knocks back my enemy, but you gotta get the timing just right. Hey, thank you very much for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Tips for noobs by a noob. That's what we're talking about. I'll see you guys later. Alright.